Hello, soulmates. If this is your first time checking out my channel, my name is Melissa, and I just want to thank you for stopping by. For those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. For those who are just coming on board, thank you so much. Today, I would like to show you how to sew your skirt, the mermaid skirt that we did the last time in my video. These are the things that you will need in order to sew this skirt together. You're gonna need your tape measure, you're gonna need your clipper, your scissors, you're gonna need a zipper. If you have a regular zipper, that's okay, but I'll be using my invisible zipper. You're also gonna need the pattern that we did the last time. This is mine. So, and also you're going to need your zipper footer. I have this invisible one. I have my narrow footer, and also the regular one. So let's get started with this project. So what you're going to do is that you're going to take your skirt that we have drawn, and the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to take to my sewing machine and I'm going to take in the darts. So the last time what we did, we drew our darts and we also marked where our darts would stop on each part of the fabric. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew the darts together, my 1-inch dart together. After I do that, I will show you what that looks like. So okay guys, so this is what I have. These are my darts. If you notice, I went ahead and I sewed it. So this is the back of the skirt, right? And this is the front. I went ahead and I made the darts. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to attach it at the side. So now when you're going to attach at the side, you're going to put right sides facing each other, right? So if you notice, my darts are the same. Yeah, they're positioned the same. So you're going to take it and you're going to sew. Take your 1-inch seam allowance or whatever seam allowance you have. You're going to take it all the way down and you're going to stop about 1.5 inch. You're not going to close it all the way down because we're going to put our ruffles at the end and we're going to close it up at the side. So you're going to stitch from your 1-inch seam allowance your 1-inch seam allowance all the way down, and then you're going to stop about a 1.5 inch at the bottom. I'll do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so this is what I have so far. If you notice, I stopped at the about 1.5 inch above my seam allowance. I also took it at that side. What I'm gonna do now, because I'm going to attach the waistband, I'm just going to serge all the way down to maybe here, to where I stopped, because I want to finish the waistband of on the skirt now, and I want my ends to be really nice. So you can use your zigzag stitch if you don't have a serger. That's okay also. Here you have it guys. I went ahead and I serged the side of my skirt. Now what I'll do is that I'm going to take to my sewing machine and I'm gonna grab my waistband, right? And I'm going to put right sides facing each other and I'm going to attach my waistband using the 1/2 inch seam allowance that I left. Okay, so you're going to attach your waistband and then I'll show you what to do next. So that's my next step. guys, so here you have it. I went ahead and I attached my waistband to the skirt. So this is what you have now, okay? So after you do that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put my zipper in. But to do that, I'm going to take this to my ironing board and I'm going to fold in my 1-inch seam allowance that I have left for my zipper. I'm going to fold it in like this and I'm going to iron it down so that I know where my seam is, and I'm going to do it for both sides of my skirt. So that I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll show you what I'll do next. So at this point you can go ahead and serge it, and then you iron it down. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so here you have it, guys. I've ironed down my 1-inch seam allowance on both sides, okay? And please ensure that everything is even, because when you add your zipper, it will show at the back. So ensure that the seams, especially at the waist, is even. Okay, mine is even. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my invisible zipper and I'm going to start sewing, and I'm going to stop about maybe 9 inches down from, or maybe 10 inches down from my waistband. So from here I'm going to start my invisible zipper all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so see, the skirt is taking shape. I went ahead and I put my invisible zipper in. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at my seams here. If you notice, they match perfectly, and that is what you want to achieve, because at the end of it all, you want a skirt that looks professionally done, right? So here my invisible zipper is in, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close up the seam all the way down to the bottom using my narrow footer. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I'll do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Look at this, how beautiful it is already. Look at the waistband, so beautiful, so beautiful. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do now. If you want me to show you how to put in an invisible zipper, I'll be happy to. Just leave a comment in the comment section if you want me to show you how to do it. This, I'll cut it. So I'm gonna finish up the seam and I'll show you what's next. Closed up my seam. Okay, so if you notice, this is where the zipper stopped, but you can hardly even see it, right? So it's nice and straight and it looks really nice. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to pull my zipper down. Okay, ensure that you cut away the threads, it will break your zipper. So I'm gonna pull my zipper down. Here you have it. And I went ahead and I serged the end of the other hand of the band, right? The waistband, because instead of folding it under, I'm just going to turn it over like this, and because it's nicely serged, I'm going to just run a top stitch all the way around, stitching the ditch method all the way around to secure my waistband down. But before I do that, I'm going to take my narrow footer and I'm going to fold the band like this. So I'm going to fold the band like this, and I'm going to run a stitch very close to this stitch to secure it down, and I'm going to do it on both sides. Okay, So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll show you what to do next. So here you have it, guys. I went ahead and I ran a stitch very close, see, very close to the seam that I made for my zipper there. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want this too bulky, I'm just gonna cut away the edge of that. I don't want it too bulky under the band. I'm gonna cut it away, right? Then I'm gonna push this over and I'm gonna turn out my band like this. So here you have, this is what you're supposed to have, okay? So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to push everything underneath my band, all my seam allowance that I've left, a 1/2 inch, I'm going to stitch it under, and I'm going to turn it over to this side, and I'm just going to stitch in the ditch all the way around just to secure that waistband, okay? Turn it over, flip it out, right? This is what you're gonna have, okay? You're gonna have something like this, okay? There you go, okay? So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you how to finish the rest of the skirt. Okay guys, this is where we are with our skirt, okay? So everything is attached, everything looks nice and clean. This is how it looks on the inside when I attach the band. I didn't fold it under, but because I have a serger, it still looks really, really good. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to attach the ruffles to this skirt, okay? I'm going to cut my zipper, but before I cut it, I'm going to knot it so that it doesn't unravel. Okay, so ignore that for now. I'll put you under. Okay, so now for the ruffles. I went ahead and I gathered my ruffles. The reason why is because when you're making ruffles, you have to take your time to actually gather it, because if you don't do that, then you'll find that your thread will keep breaking. So I went ahead and I did it, but just to show you how I achieved my ruffles, okay? So let's pretend that this is the end of my ruffle, or the ruffle that I need, right? This is the length of the ruffle. What I did was that I put my sewing machine to the longest stitch, one, and the loosest stitch. So what I did was that I ran a stitch from one end to the other, and I ran 2 of them. So in this case I have 1, but on my skirt I actually ran 2. If you notice, there are 2 stitches here. Why? Because when you're gathering, if one breaks, then you have the other one. So it's always good to make 2 loose stitch. And then what I did, I took my time to pull the stitches, and as I pull the thread, and what I did, I looked for the thread that is the loosest. That's the art of gathering, because what you find is that the looser the thread, the better for you. So I look for the thread that is the loosest one, and then I target that one and I pull on that one. So as I pull, I push it, pull and push, pull and push, until I have gathers like this. So that's exactly what I did for the 2 layers here. I noticed that the back one was the loosest one, so I targeted those ones, and I pull and I pull and I push, right, until I have this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take my skirt and I'm going to grab one of these ruffles that I've made, okay, and I'm going to match it up, right sides facing each other, okay, so this is the front of the skirt. I'm going to take it and I'm going to match it up, right sides facing each other. And what you want to do is that whenever you're doing this, ensure that the ruffles are even as best as possible. So I'm going to take my wonder clips and I'm going to clip it, you know, clip it as I go, okay, so that it doesn't move. So I'm clipping the two ends like this, right? And I'm going to ensure that my ruffles are evenly distributed, right? So this is a very a step that you need to take your time to fix properly, because you don't want it breaking and then you have to go over it again, because that's just a headache, right? So ensure that you distribute them evenly among each other, and then you're just going to, you know, pin as you go. Yeah? Clip it as you go. There you go. Clip it, clip it. Okay. Or if you have your good old metal pins, go ahead, pin it. I think this is easier because when it's gathered, it becomes bulky. So this actually works wonders. That's why it's called a wonder clip. I'm terrible at jokes. Oh wow. So I'm clipping. Ensure that you notice right here, if you notice my seam, so I'll have to take this out and just pull it on it, pull again on it, so that it's even. Where are you? Come here. I got you. Okay, I'm pulling and I'm putting it back here. So this step is really tedious, guys, especially if you made it quite there you go. Oh, I think this works. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna check, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing for the back. Okay, do it the same thing for the back of it, because remember you closed it up, so it's gonna be the same thing, right? So take it and you're gonna put right sides facing each other. Ensure that this seam is open, right? And then you're going to keep clipping, right? There you go. So I clipped it. So this is what you have, guys. Wow, this is pretty. It's not done, but this is the essence of it. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew all the way around here to the end, and also this part, okay? And then I'll show you what to do next. So this is what I have. This is what I have. Of course, you're gonna have to do some trimming because you want to take out those basting thread so that they do not show in your garment. This is the back and this is the front, right? You don't have to make yours as tall as mine, as long as mine rather. Jamaicans say tall for some reason, right? But this is what it's supposed to look like. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take it to my serger and I'm gonna serge all the way here, and then I'm going to take it back to my sewing machine and I'm going to finish my taking my 1 inch seam allowance all the way down. And if you notice that my seams are matching. Yeah, they're the same. That's what you want to achieve, right? So I'm gonna finish, after I serge, I'm gonna finish taking that 1 inch all the way down. I'll do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, oh my god, this is it guys. Oh my god, look at this beauty. Woo! This skirt, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh wow, it's a lot of colors. However, I believe it came out pretty well. It looks pretty good. What I did, I finished the sides. This skirt needs a lot of trimming because you have to take out all those basting threads. Yes, you're gonna have so much fun doing that. You're gonna take out all those basting threads, the ones that, but don't take out the one that you know you use to sew the skirt. It's gonna unravel. So a good practice is to use a different color to base. Use a different color to base so that you know what to target. All right, so what I did, I went ahead and I serged the tail of it. So guys, here you have it. This is the result of the skirt that we've made. Looks so beautiful. This is the tail of it, the gathered part of the skirt. All right, see, it's so nice. So if you find this video helpful, do not forget to give me a giant thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be coming with more interesting videos like these. And leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it, and if you have tried it, please also let me know. And so until then, I just want to say bye, take care, and be safe.